Hi, and welcome back to Disco Elysium, where we want to talk to Kuno next.
So you tried to kill Kuno's girl? What's up with that? You want to talk about it?
I didn't try to shoot her, I just aimed at her. What, bitch? You're fucking making excuses for yourself now? An imperceptible nod. I'm sorry about that, I got carried away. Do this shit again and Kuno's gonna climb in your room at night with a knight? He points towards the whirling rags and whispers, Kuno knows where you sleep. The pig who fucked his window up. I'm gonna climb in through that balcony, put the fucking knife in you. Yeah, I've been in your room. But you and Kuno are good for now, pals. Shoot that shit at Kuno. Let's have jolly time. Okay, let's. And you're back in business with the Kuno. Now what is it? I have to put points into that to try that again. Okay. Fuck about it. Contusions all over his body, did you do that? Fuck are you talking about? What is this contagion shit? He grabs his head like it's suddenly hurting. He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again. Oh, now I'm voicing them the same. That's not good. A contusion is a bruise. I'm talking about the marks your stone left on the corpse. Oh, did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing? This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here. You hear the lieutenant hum. What's the rest? Where's the rest of his armor? Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor. How come? Kuno's fucking got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant. A mutant? Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. He drills his temples with his finger in some strange aggressive gesture. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away. What do you mean you threw it away? Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. He performs a kick-off on the imaginary helmet. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno. You threw it in the sea? Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck, the jolly troubadour shit at the gates. Who do you mean, troubadour? Yeah, cock and boots. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit. Came around pretending like he cares about cows. Yes, you met him at the gates, the one with the boots and the jolly smile. You mean Manana? Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit, coming here pretending like he likes cows, trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor. Why did Kuno feed you this information? That's a good question. And you're just telling me this out of the kindness of your heart, Kuno? Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you two loser pigs. Kuno's doing pity now. Still seems suspicious. You may have it in for that guy, or you may be paranoid. That's also a possibility, sire. Drama calls me sire. It's great. I'm testing Kuno's patience here. Get lost, faggot, says the Kuno-ass. I'm off.
Can't believe you didn't take the shot, fucking cowards. Waved your gun around like a clown. Next time you point that shit at me, you better take the shot.
She continues to be here, all due to you being a coward and not shooting her. The contempt is thick enough to cut through with a knife.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Listen, child, that corpse made me puke twice and I was wondering why you don't.
Stay away from me, pig. You don't want to see what happens when you corner me.
Oh, I want to come to your side on that side. Definitely. Okay, now I have to remember what else we were supposed to do. I remember one thing. We have found a number on that boot. We have to run it from the radio, I think. I still haven't done these. Tap on the fuel preheater gauge. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator ping jerks as if started. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat. No, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they're mesmerizing. They're also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you again. Run your fingers over one of the steering levers. The white seat feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle is so very familiar in your palm. Okay, so I have a car, so I did drive into that fence, I think. Ah, that doesn't work out. Whatever. Pick up the radio. Could you run a serial number from a pair of armored boots for me? Sure, officer, what's the number and the make of the armor if you know it? E50 100 1000, the make and model of the armor is Fairweather T500V. Got it, I'll contact the ICP database immediately, call back tomorrow, hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then. The ICP is the International Collaboration Police, is an inter-isolary law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem along APIS and the coalition government. Okay. So that's International Collaboration Police, so that's like Interpol. Interesting. Please connect me to Sylvie again. Hey Sylvie, it's the police again. Oh great, what else do you need? Okay, that's everything. I already asked that. Okay. Let's take the stuff out of the toolbox. We get a pry bar. The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hands, heavier than you think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The rubber-handled chain cutters. The end is long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand. And the hand-cranked flashlight. It's robust, weatherproof and well-made, police issue blue. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. Okay, what did we get here? We have to wait for that, and we have to ask the Jolly Mask about the armor. I can interact with that in my inventory. I'm not sure if I already did that. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso of the hanged man from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time the lines intersect, small white stars formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks griddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. It almost looks like the electronic patterns inside a radio computer or an old filament memory, but not quite. Who are you? Gun. What's the meaning of this tattoo? For you to discover, you've gotten as far as you will without assistance. Someone close to the victim might know. Someone who knows about history could tell you. Oh, so we have two leads on that. Okay, we already did this, and I think we already did that. Okay. To remind myself, okay, that is new. Equip this to open locked containers in the world. Carson T Heavy Duty. The meanest looking pair of cutters you've ever seen, made in Gottwald by Wallschirm Werkzeuge. Werkzeuge means tools in German. No chain, wire nor barbed fence will ever stand in your way again. They look hungry, ready to chew steel. And a police flashlight bearing the logo of Grundstellung RAO. The small dynamo packed inside this handheld illumination device theoretically gives you the ability to produce a tiny amount of electricity anytime, anywhere. Okay. So, what else do we still have to do? Getting the body down, the victim's tattoos. Ah, okay. Where's the rest of the armor? question her about the dead man. Ask her later, I think, when we put down the dead man. Okay, then when Kim's not around to stop her, ask her about Sunday. We have to confront them. Twenty Real. Traffic Hooligan. Wednesday. Buy that. Put the clothes in the trash. Might take a while. Explore the secret passages. Rich people are educated. Take down your gun, take down your badge. Initial inspection of the dead body, so I can ask him now about the pissing competition. Okay.
Yes?
Where was that? Was it there? No. I can send him away, but I don't want to know. Nope. It isn't there. Okay. Good. Then let's move on. Let's talk to everyone about the tattoos or something.
Looking for something on?
Not you? Maybe the hip girl knows the tattoos from her magazine? Oh, the yellow roses in the window, those aren't the flowers that were left for Glacia. Yeah. Oh, I can ask her about the flowers.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Nope, I can't ask her about that. Did I see this all? It's a raincoat. It's a raincoat. +1 endurance. I have to get 20 by the end of the day. So I'm not doing that. I'm still counting on being able to sell the drugs to anyone. That's the reason why I don't take them. Like the pyrrolidone. And the speed. I assume that the effects of them are only temporary and make me
Right to work! Right!
and make me what do you call it when you use drugs and you can't stop? That thing.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
The measurehead thing didn't go well for me. Could you help me with that somehow? Sorry, busy surveying the situation. I'm sure you'll figure something out. You guys have all sorts of gadgets these days. Wiretapping, telescopic batons, futuristic circuit bending to infiltrate harbor machinery. Maybe you could even knock that Quelson crane over using some remote controls. Or calling in tactical air support. You guys have air support, right? Wait, we have air support? Why didn't you tell me? Because we don't. We don't have air support or any of those other things. I get it. Hush hush about the secret technology. He pats the side of his nose with his index finger. Something changes in his disposition, a merciful smile in the corner of his eye. Alright, I may have some advice for you on how to deal with Jean-Luc there. Out of solidarity to the RCM, it's low in technology, however. Yes? First, don't fight him, obviously. Second, get him to share his theory by being subordinate. Admit your lack of expertise, basically growl. That's how I'd do it. You're welcome. Maybe that would work. We'll have to see. Yeah, that's the approach I wanted to take, but I think not today. Kuno told me you were supposed to know about the armor. Heh, the little boy did good on his promise. His promise? To get me into trouble, to sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words, not mine. What happened? I was asked to look into that armor situation, official union probe, you know, track it down, see who took it. Did you? At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike, buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy, he said he'll make me his prison bitch, he's got eyes everywhere, the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes. So Kuno used as to what? Scare you? It's a minor nuisance, it's all good. He contemplates taking a swig from his flask. He thinks not yet, better to get this business out of the way, sweeter than. The probe into the armor? What did you learn? I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor. What else? Not much, technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part. What sort of technical stuff? I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off. How does it come off? In parts, 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw, too hard to remove. So as I count, there are 2 parts missing. No, they're not. Boots are 2 parts. You're off on the count there. Call me tomorrow. There's also a problem. That's Spanish, obviously. Mañana. It can mean morning and tomorrow. It's the same thing in German, where it's morgen for tomorrow and morning. It's easier in English, having 2 words for different things. It's easier. So as I count, there are 2 parts missing: the gauntlets and the cuirass. That's where I left off. Too much hassle, like a job for some militia. Hold up, 4 pieces? Helmets, cuirass, gauntlets, boots? What about the leggings? Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. He gives you a jolly shrug. Forgot about them. I did. I'm ambitious. I'm going to find all of it. All the pieces. All of it? The lieutenant raises his bow. There are junior officers out there eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, and I would leave the boots to processing. But okay, let's find all of it. It's implied he finds it unlikely that you will succeed in this. A Mesquez epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you. Thank you for the cooperation, sir. No problem. If you see that Gibbs, thank him for calling me mañana. Thank him for showing me the way. He's sincerely grateful he is not tracking down pieces of armor right now. Good talking to you. Return and confront Kuno. Get the boots off and find all armor pieces. Okay. Or return to Kuno. Oh, class, you could know about the tattoos, as she had an affair with a guy. The burn turns to you, he doesn't care. I talked to Mañana about the armor. So? He raises his eyebrows, projecting aggressive indifference. He said to thank you, wasn't too keen on chasing down that armor anyway. Oh, fuck okay, Kuno is a giver like that, yes? He looks slightly confused. Kuno sent your fat ass running around like Jello. Look, Pig, Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you, that happened, now you and Kuno should move on. Good idea. Let's move on. Yeah, that's what Kuno said. Don't be saying what Kuno said back to Kuno. Get the fuck out of here, parroting Kuno. After this shit, you better have some real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face. Yeah, real interesting. Okay, I'm off. Kuno doesn't care. Okay, did that make that done? Okay. Okay. So what I recognized, I didn't go to the left over here, and that's what I wanted to do today. There's directly someone standing there. And someone sitting here. Okay, let's talk to the guy sitting here. Shit ain't nothing to me. Okay. Oh, those two were talking the first time I came around, but I didn't overhear their they talk. What was here? Ah, that was the wire tracks over here. Okay, let's... Oh! There was something. The spirited chirps and clicks of swallows fill the air. Ah, okay.
Life. It doesn't need to be a struggle.
He covers his mouth to hide a bird.
Oh, I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to angry old Rene first.
Okay, so we're talking to Rene first. Angry old Rene.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape?
Rene, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
This one's still chewing on his sandwich.
I am trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old, I can see that. We're both old. Now, stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions, shoot first, ask questions never. Shouldn't I ask what the game is? What game it is first? No, you got this. There's the ball, you're in game. Oh, hand-eye coordination. Grab the ball and show them how it's done. And I get a +2 for acting without hesitation, so I have to do this red check now. You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work. God, this is right. You feel the familiar tremble of excitement and adrenaline that precedes every victory. Time has frozen. Feel the ball. The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it, perhaps a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready. Take in the surroundings. A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sound, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball. There's time for a last glance inward. Who am I? An embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency. Some would still say you're a cop, but I guess we're beyond that now. The inertia can be contained no more than a bullet leaving a gun. Let go. Be the bullet. That's not the game. Merde! The old soldier yells in outrage. Bordel de merde! A horse of shit. It wasn't horse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters, probably 24 and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about. What the hell is your problem? Problem? I don't understand. You vandalized our game, son. We can't play Pentark with 5 boules. I thought it was a shot put. It was shot put. Well, it damn well isn't. It's petanque. Yeah, I thought we're playing Boule here and not... I thought he would know. Oh, do I want to reload that? You ruined a petanque game. We want our Boule back. Take it easy, Rene. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done. Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn Boule. Okay, I'll try to fix this. Good. Mistakes are forgiven when men at least try to right their wrongs. I believe you will try. Now, why did you approach us? Yes, why did you come here? It's unlikely they know anything about the murder. Just talk. It will smooth things over. Old people like attention. I saw the statue of Philip III near the roundabout. Oh yes, King Philip III was indeed a reminder of what Revachol once was. Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold. Cocaine? Cocainum? Sounds like our kind of king, and just imagine what kind of cocaine a king would have had. A superpower, feared and respected, a testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king, someone who knows how to rule. How should a true king rule? Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood. Seems to me a leader should take care of his people before himself. A nation's only as strong as its leader, that's why it was such madness to try to... Don't get started on that again, what happened. There's some weariness in his voice now. He's heard this rant many times before. The carabiner doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve. No one and nothing can change this man's mind. He is as rigid as they come, still in that antique uniform. It's a symbol for him. What was that about cocaine? Oh, old Philip was a big fan of purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. His egocentricity is borderline legendary. You can't even take responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing on the shoulders of a ruler, he asked, obviously annoyed. That's why the Philippian kings used cocaine for clarity of vision to aid in their work. Regnum cocainum, Revachol's finest years. He seems to grow taller, brimming with pride about the past. I'm satisfied with that explanation. Of course. Clarity of vision. Awareness. Philip III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court medic administers a dose to his mother when she was in labor, and it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest, of course, he was able to connect with higher realms. Higher realms, of course, it all makes sense. He's just making excuses for the king's habit, isn't he? What was that about the higher realms? Sounds interesting. It's really not. Please do spare the cocaine fairy tales. Yes, indeed, we're not here to investigate the drugcade of centuries past. Let's talk about something else. You seem to be playing in a crater. Yes, the terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game. Do you know what created it? I do. Fire from heavy artillery. Okay, it's a crater left by artillery fire, but why? Why what? Why was it used? Because that's what's happened when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home. Wait, who are the communards again? Commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like, they just choose the name to feel special. Senseless sentimentality. So they choose the name communards by themselves. It's not like some kind of demeaning thing, okay? Did you use artillery fire against them? Sadly no, it was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly, too valiantly, so valiantly we got licked. Yeah, it's squeezing a bull in his fist. Should have fought dirty like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and met anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannon simply weren't big enough. It was probably a bit more complicated than that. Why share them here in Martinez? Because this place is damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first. The beachhead? Yes, the military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Ravachol. He finds your lack of historic knowledge troubling, a sign of mental deterioration in the preceding generations. Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Ravachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta. He points to northeast. Deathblow sounds grim. This here is Bloodground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely we're playing petanque on their mangled corpses. Bloodground, you got old Gruny going here, like he isn't angry enough already. That why everything is so bombed out? Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it, and it worked too. There's a strange gleam in his eye. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. A dark shadow runs across his face, and now the Union Socialists are practically running the place. Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the Coalition, Revachol, whoever you wanna blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course they still hold influence. You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... He stops mid-sentence and turns to you. What do you think? Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one. Okay. Some. Okay, that's how it should be. Soft socialist paving the way for the hard working class to take over. Foreign powers cleaned up human. That's a nationalist response again. I'm quite towards this, but it will anger him. This coalition seems quite capable, actually. They're not, and I'm sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains, he takes a deep breath. I would have preferred if the Right Honourable King Guillaume returned to Revachol, or even if that damn clown Frizzle had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case. This royal failure weighs heavily on him. Instead, all that is just, holy and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste and ads everywhere. Toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the rule of the Southern with. Who was Frizzle? Damn Frizzle, he was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. He died in the hands of the hoi polloi in a very public execution. Who's Guillaume? A true king in both blood and mind, led Revachol before Frizzle. He would have been better, but the damn commies drove him into exile. Some manner of self-deceit is present in his thinking. Sounds like this Guillaume abandoned him and he doesn't want to admit it. How does Philip III factor into this? He doesn't. The veteran replies sharply that was 100 years ago and got nothing to do with anything. What exactly is a Southern? Southern is the king. Has everyone forgotten already? They've forgotten already. Soon they will forget anything, him too. Then he chooses anger over melancholy. It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happens, when we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire. Do Mabers mean anything to you, René? He glances at it and frowns. I prefer the old name, Insulindian Lily. Girls brought them to young cadets when they entered service. Wearing them on your cap was supposed to bring good luck. Hold on, this is a royalist military tradition? It used to be. But the communists were fond of them too, called them revolutionary flowers, bells of the revolution. Did they bring you good luck? You know what? No, they brought me misery, false hope and disappointment. The revolutionaries sullied them. You stirred up some bad memories there. But it wasn't the revolutionaries that sullied the idea for you, was it? He looks at the old soldier almost gently. She gave them to me too, and your jealous little heart couldn't accept it. Enough. I can go over these matters in detail with you, Gaston, but not while we have company. So, officers? Mabers don't blossom yet, do they? Maybe on some remote parts of the city they do, but I think you have to wait for at least a month. You know anything about the men hanged in the backyard of the Whirling and Rex? Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement, but this affair has passed me by completely. And most of the locals? And Martinez? The Union is the law, so can you really blame them? But you don't have a problem with cops. Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets. He doesn't know about the crime, your time is better spent discussing politics. What about police women? I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties. Asshole! Yeah. That's what he would say after that. There are no duties RCM women couldn't carry out. But you must agree that nature in her infinite wisdom has made men more fit to perform certain more challenging tasks, don't you? Nope, I don't think there's any evolutionary inequality at play here. Really? Match an average woman against an average man in Dark Alley and see who comes out on top? Gender equality is very noble, but a very modern idea, but in real life primal roles prevail. But I do not wish to discuss this matter further. It's a white check, yeah? Okay. Try composure for the 6. Nope. All you observe is a veteran refusing to let go of the past in his old uniform. This is not uncommon. He catches your glance and nods. This is the uniform of the Royal Carabiniers in service of Frizzle I, Guillaume le Lion, and the valiant King Philip V before him. Don't you mean Frizzle the Fun? You do not speak his name, Craven, although he was a clown. But he was our clown, ours to ridicule and to mourn. There's something you missed, you will get to it, don't worry. Thank you for your time. What do you have to say now?
I have really outdone myself. This is divine.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat ass of yours. I hope your heart gives out.
René, it's the little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle. Oh, hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day?
Looks delicious. Can I have a bite of that? I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't share food. Nothing personal. It's just a principle. Also, by the way, if you're thinking about why doesn't he pronounce, tries to do the French accent, I can't. It wouldn't sound right, so I'm not even trying. The only one you have. Please, man, can I just have a bite? Believe me, officer, I wish I could help you, but I need the sandwich to keep my blood sugar stable. At my age, you need to pay attention to these things. You can barely hear him, the sweet smell of pickles in harmony with garlic butter and marinated onions emanating from the sandwiches driving your mind in a singular direction. It must be yours. Peace, friend, let's just share it. Fuck off, it's mine. He jerks away, immediately startled by his own reaction. Sorry, officer, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it in a bad way, but the sandwich is mine, I'm not gonna share it. When the dissidents come to rape our country, he hides. But try to get a bite of his dear sandwich and he gets claws. You're a special kind of vermin, Gaston. Tell me, what do you know about the dead man? Let me think, I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week, but that's all I know already. Come on, you must have heard something. No, officers, I'm sorry, and I really would like to assist. You're both good guys, I can see that. Then help them, you wimp. You rub plenty of shoulder with the gauche caviar in the Union. Someone must know something. He means caviar socialists. Caviar socialists? What's that? I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip. Everyone knows and respects that. Odd, he doesn't seem to be lying, but there's something off here. Sounds a bit like you're holding back. I'm not even anyone. Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak properly. Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on him? Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone important in the Union. I just know Everard. And who is this Everard, you know? Everard Clare. Everyone in Martinez knows the Clare brothers. I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium. What do you know about history? You never witnessed history, only heard about it, years later when I had already moved on. You don't know history. The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea. There he stands, proud, rigid and alone, like a cracking marble statue. Let's try not to get caught in the crossfire, lest we have riddled with bullet holes. This animosity is ancient. Are you a union member? Oh, in many ways, yes. Like an honorary member, I attend meetings and parties, help with little things. Everard, Edgar and the other debardeurs all know me. In many ways. Oh yes, so you're not an actual member. Not in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card, but Everard keeps me on the payroll, just for the little things. So that's what it was before, him hiding something. He tries to make it look like he's a big deal in the union, now the illusion is disintegrating before your and Renee's eyes. He doesn't know anything, cause no one tells him anything, he's an outsider. Of course he's not a member of anything, I knew that. He's a weather vane, turns to where the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate the socialist rebel, he continues, but even siding with them is better than letting your entire life on the fence, never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already. What are the little things you do for Everard? Writing work mostly. Occasionally he needs something written and I happen to have a way with words, people say. What kind of things do you write for him? Nothing official, I assure you, just essays for the newspapers about Martinez and how things are and how they could be. Everard and I have those long talks where he tells his little penman exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, say plain and simple, you should be ashamed of yourself. Are you a caviar socialist? The old man starts laughing. I don't even consider myself a regular socialist. Politics is not really something I involve myself in, officer. Wait, how can you write those newspaper pieces if you're not a political? Officer, I have a vivid imagination, and like I said, I have my way with words. That's enough. No need to sink in politics. He just fluffs it up. Of course, don't sink into anything, don't sink into any fight, only sink into your couch. So you are a weather vane. I prefer highly adaptable myself. Has a better ring to it, don't you think? Mon Dieu. Yeah, that was like my reaction. And I want a part of a sandwich. 8% chance? Nope. A man so principled about the sandwich calls for a principled approach. Time to get political. But what is political? This right here is political. These options seem awfully fascist or communist. What if I don't want to say them? Say one of these fascist or communist things or fuck off. Whoa, easy there, Goldmouth. He doesn't have to say anything. Re-engage cop mode and bail out if you like. Yeah, that's nationalist, and he isn't a nationalist, so it won't work. And that's communist, but he isn't a communist, so both of them won't work. Back to police mode. I have some questions, Gaston. I want to ask you about the union again. Nope, we had that. Do you have something more to say after I spoke to the other one?
We're still waiting.
No. Okay. I think... Did we speak to the postbox already? Oh, what's that? Enormous bulls worthy of a real man. Ah, we already did. Yeah, I remember having the option to kick the box. We have this coin-operated viewer has been banked up inoperable. Okay, so we have a secluded corner over here. Let's see here. What are the streets called? 2 Capeside apartments, Martinez Pier, and 2 roundabout north. Okay. Then we have this. The ad reads broken window, Tips has windows. And we could take the bottles if we had a bag. This coin-operated view is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside, then use the focus knobs to zoom in if necessary. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty? What's a tourist attraction doing here? There was a revitalization project in '49. A designer studio tried restoring Martinez to his pre-war glory. It didn't stick. What happened? They got as far as the street lamps and the statue on that intersection, then something went sour. I suspect that something was Everett Clare, the union leader. He muzzled them out. It's how it usually goes around here. Can't we do something about it? We should have done something about the union 10 years ago. That ship has sailed, officer. Why would I do that? I need a reason to use them. I mean, I could see something over there. The coin-operated view is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible. Look inside. A thick layer of graffiti covers the lenses. You spell out the word Cuno written on the other side, with N and C screwed backwards. That's Cuno on the lens. Shift your focus to the background. Under the graffiti, a sea of blues and greys appears. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. You know this to be the Star of Pericarnassus or the Shiro. Kiro, the central symbol of the Pelicarnassian church, a star, great mortal height to be strived towards. The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows. Around the large wooden building you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach and a small tent set up on the ice. You little viewer. The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic. Vandalism. Probably some kids. Okay, so what we saw was interesting. The tent especially I found interesting, so I'm gonna look through here too. Your money disappears into the coin slot, a clunk, the ring of metal, pull the handle and look inside. The curtains on the display open, you lean in to catch the view. It's blurry, different blues and greens. In the middle of the shimmer stands a drab grey shape, like a ghost. Turn the knob. The lenses shift, the ghost sharpens into an islet in the bay, and the ruins a man-made structure is visible, a half-sunken sea fort, its concrete almost reconquered by nature. It looks as if it was abandoned quite some time ago. Nothing but a rotten tooth remains of the anti-aircraft tower. A lonely birch tree grows out of it. Its leaves ripped from it by the winter wind. There are ruins of some kind of building there. Really, I don't have the eyesight to make it out. Hang in there, little one. The little brave birch tree seems to wave back in the wind. Okay, we learned something. I think that's not new. I made an excellent shot, yeah. Okay, we have one skill point, and I won't put it here. I will definitely put it here. Do we have... the anti-opioid thing I could do. I'm waiting for something more helpful. Okay, this looks like... ah, that's a bookshop. Yeah, we keep getting this suggestion that we can try to... yellow plastic bread frit. Equip this to collect tear from the streets. You hear the distant squall of seabirds. Okay, go up there. We have a tool, a new one. This plastic bag has Fritz, sick, written on it in a dynamic, forceful manner that implies great pride. As you crack it open, a malty gust of air flies in your face. It smells of yeast and beer, a perfect place for a tear. We have the bag. Word. And let's take this. Plastic tear and a glass tear. And there was also one more over here. There. Oh. Single bottles lying around I can now take up. Okay. We have to look around now. I don't think there were anyone here. No. We have to look around for more stuff here. Oh, there is another bottle over here. Oh, cans. No, that's plastic tear, but it looks like cans. Last time I came down here, he went to that side, so I assume we have a point to speak to him there if he stands there. What's that? Gold. Gold. Money. Don't know about what game I was thinking when I said gold. Do you have something to say, or are you just standing here? Okay. It's just flavor that he's standing there. Okay, one of these ice things had a tent on it, it said. What's that? A splatter of bullet holes lines the wall. The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you forget the lieutenant's surname. Kitsuragi. Look closer first. The fading marks are too degraded to draw any forensic conclusions, just ships in the sand shown. They look pretty ancient. Kim, look! Bullet holes. Where? Someone has been shot. We're cops. We should solve it. There, he looks to the wall. Those are old. Oh, you mean like from the revolution? Yes, the one that happened half a century ago. Those bullets were fired during the revolution and do not warrant an investigation by officers of civil law. Okay, what can you tell me about this revolution? Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it. Shall we go? Okay. And we've done everything down here. Let's take those bottles that I didn't see, although I went past them like a second ago. There must be bottles everywhere now. Which is great. Do you have bottles here? I'm just doing a quick, short sweep of the area. Aha. I think we can afford... we will be able to afford our room tonight. Okay, this looked like it had an outline. Also do these. Wait, didn't I go there? There was nothing here, okay. Bottle. And more bottles. More bottles. The guy is not here, but it's supposed we have to stay till Wednesday. I can't pawn the bottles. I know. I just wanted to look if there are bottles inside here. Okay, they're not. And I'm not gonna buy anything. We have to make 20 real per day. And I have still no idea how I would gain them. Not even upstairs? Okay, no. Okay. Was that door closed? I don't really remember. Okay, inside the whirling. I assume I'm not allowed to take bottles from here. Okay. Good. Let's bring our stuff to that so we could equip something else in our offhand. If we so wish to. It's interesting that we need a bag to put the bottles into our inventory. It's weird. Is this the... What was this? 1 bottle, 10 cents. Insert your bottles. 2.20. Your bottles clunk into the machine and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now. We're only missing 80 centimes. We found 22 bottles. That was not bad. Why does this have like a new thing here? They're not there anymore, yeah. You can put the tool away. Oh no, don't. Have that in your hand until it goes. Okay, so the bookstore is the next thing we will approach. And we'll see this later. Not later, but tomorrow in the next episode. See you then. Have a nice day.